Welcome to part 3 of my Rover series, where I'm going to take a look at real Rover accounts and share what I think they can improve on and some of the things they do well. So let's jump right into the accounts. Okay, so I'm just going to go through some of these accounts as if I'm a potential client, and I'm going to share my thoughts on them. And also, I want to say I'm going to blur out all pictures, all names, all locations, and personal information. So this is only just looking at profiles from an objective perspective and only just kind of giving my thoughts on just from my experience as a Rover sitter. So, okay, let's start out with the first one. So the first thing I noticed, the tagline, high energy dogs welcome. Great tagline. It's because a lot of people have high energy dogs, and that's something that that would really stand out to me when I'm looking for a sitter. So that's a great tagline. The profile picture is clear. You can see who the sitter is. You can see their face. You can see they're outdoors. So yeah, I think it's a great profile picture. So something I do want to mention, they have 6 reviews and they're charging $32 for a 30-minute walk, which in my opinion is very high. You're competing with a lot of sitters, and $32 is a lot of money. I would say maybe the price to start out, I would say maybe 20 at the most. So that's what I'll say about that account as I'm scrolling through these. So the second one, what I want to mention first is great profile picture. Super clear, inviting, friendly. You can clearly see the sitter. The tagline, retired engineer likes walking dogs. I would say the word engineer doesn't really need to be in there. I mean, I think maybe that's something that could be mentioned in the bio, but with your tagline, you only have so many words that I just think I think the word retired is great, because a lot of people are looking for sitters who, they aren't juggling a bunch of things. This is their main thing that they do. So retired, I think, is a great word to keep in there. I want to mention the number of reviews to pricing ratio. 2 reviews is very low for charging $35 for a 30-minute walk. I would say, yeah, maybe start at $15, maybe $20. And yeah, so I would start it a little bit lower. So this third one, reliable pet lover as a tagline. It's a decent tagline. I would say maybe try to put a little spin on it, like reliable, responsible pet care, or something that's just a little more catchy. Like reliable, responsible it kind of takes a second to read it, that I think people it's an eye-catching thing where people would stay viewing your quick little profile right here really quickly. And also, I love the profile picture. You can clearly see the sitter. You can see she's sitting with the dog on the ground, and so she's very much I think it comes across that she loves pets, and it's very clear, it's very inviting. And yeah, I mean, the reviews to pricing ratio, 10 reviews, $24 for a walk. I think that's pretty good. A tiny bit high, maybe. I would say maybe try to do $20, but 24 is okay too. This sitter, 57 reviews. That's the first thing I see. That means they've been doing this for a long time. They know what they're doing. And yeah, look at that price right there. $26 for a 30-minute walk. That's what I'm talking about, where you are competing with other sitters. There's a ton of sitters in a lot of these areas where as a potential client, I'm putting myself in their shoes. I personally would go with this sitter rather than those sitters up above where they only have a few reviews and they're charging a lot of money. Like, she's only charging $26. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, love the profile picture. They have the sunglasses on, the smile, the hat. There you can see the sky behind them. It's a clearly outdoorsy picture, a cool angle. The dog is in the picture. Yeah, love the profile picture. And yeah, I think great first little snippet of the profile. So then number 5, the tagline, your pet's new favorite human. I don't think that's anything revolutionary. I mean, you'll see those kinds of things a lot. However, what I do want to say, see this emoji right here? It's gold. And I think that when you put a gold emoji, whether it's a star or a heart or a smiley face, you see that and this little shield over here, shield symbol, which means that this Rover sitter has been background checked, which all Rover sitters are background checked, by the way. But I think seeing both of those gold symbols is an eye-catching thing. And so I think that's a great addition to this tagline. So you'll see here it says 3 reviews, but there's no star next to it, which means that these are unverified stays. So these were not booked through Rover, which if you haven't seen episode 1 of this series yet, I talk about the difference between like how those reviews show up on your profile. So take a look at that one if you haven't already. But yeah, so none of these are verified stays from Rover. So $26 with no Rover reviews, in my opinion, is a very high price for a 30-minute walk. So I would say, yeah, start out at $15. But I will say about the profile picture, very friendly, inviting profile picture. You can see clearly their face. You can see they have a hat on, so they're probably a little bit outdoorsy. Yeah, so I think the profile picture is great. Okay. The first thing I notice about this sitter is the profile picture. It's just a very far away mirror selfie, and the camera is covering her face. So you can't really see, like, it's such a far away picture and you can't really see anything. So I think that profile picture can be changed. And I'm actually not going to talk about her tagline because her name is in it. So I'm not going to mention that. But what I will say is, so 2 reviews, they're not verified stays, and the price is $17 for a 30-minute walk. That's pretty good. I think that's good. A good starting spot. Okay, so the tagline, experienced dog walker, for this next sitter. I think that's a good one. I like the word experienced in there. Also, great profile picture, outside, smiling, inviting, and seems really friendly. So I think that's a great profile picture. 5 reviews, 6 repeat clients. That's a lot. That's a really good number. And the price is $22. This is the Bailey kit from Playfield. It's the best pet bag. It has every single feature possible. Card holder, key leash. It even has a slot for easy access for your pet waste bags. They just pull right out the back. It has a ball and treat pouch. It fits a full-size tennis ball, or if you want to use it for treats, you can do that too. I have a code linked below for 10% off if you would like to get this bag. It is so much better than the Lululemon one. Get this bag, I'm telling you. So let's just do a few more. So for this sitter, I would say great profile picture. You can clearly see the sitter's face. They're smiling, seems very inviting and friendly. The tagline, caring, reliable pet sitting. I would say it's a very typical tagline. I think it can be improved a little bit. Maybe just add a little something to it to change it a little bit. But what I will say, 2 reviews for $17 walk, that's pretty good. I think that's a very reasonable price for being a new sitter on Rover. So this account, first thing I want to say, tagline is amazing. Shelter trained, loving care. shelter trained, a lot of people are going to see that. And it shows that the sitter has experience doing this and with all kinds of animals, and great tagline. Also great profile picture, clear, great lighting. It's a very inviting picture. And yeah, I think what I will say, one review and it's not a verified stay, and then $26 for a 30-minute walk is pretty high. And I would say, yeah, again, bring it down to $15. For a few of these, I just want to click on them and show you some of the metrics that if you click actually into their profile, what it will show. So right here, it says 100% response rate, usually responds in under half an hour. So that's not a great number. You wanted to say usually responds within a few minutes, because it shows potential clients that you are very communicative, you are very responsive, they can rely on you to communicate with them very frequently. So it's not the greatest number. 50% bookings with photo updates, that's also not the greatest number. I know sometimes pet parents don't care if you send pictures of their pets while they're with you, but I think the majority of them do. And so if they see that, they're like, well, they only sometimes send pictures. That's why with every single visit, I always send pictures, even if they don't ask for any. And I always, always, always use the Rover cards as just to provide notes and pictures and just update the client with how the visit went. Okay, let's click on another sitter real quick and just kind of look at their metrics. So let's click on this one. Okay, here we go. 100% response rate, usually responds in a few minutes. That's what you want to see. That's a great metric. And 100% bookings with photo updates. That's awesome metrics. And okay, let's look at one more. And okay, so yeah, right here. 3 reviews, $56 for a 30-minute walk. That's way too high. That is way too high. I don't think a lot of people are gonna go for that. And the tagline, dogs have been this girl's best F. Yeah, that needs to, I think there might have been a little bit of maybe a misunderstanding with that one. It needs to be edited because it doesn't really say much. Also, the profile picture, it does have a dog in it, and then the sitter's kind of off to the side, which is not ideal. I mean, I think a lot of people want to put the pets in the picture, but you don't have to do that. And in this case, it's kind of not the clearest picture. And so I think that needs to be changed as well. And I think if those changes were made, this sitter would get a lot more clients. Okay, for real this time, one more. So I just want to say really quickly, with this sitter, this is how you do a profile picture correctly with a dog. She's smiling, like hugging this puppy, and it's clear and the lighting's great and it's an inviting picture. It's not just having a dog in the picture for the sake of having a dog in the picture. And the tagline, excited to be here, it's different. I've never seen that tagline before, but it's different. But there's a smiley face. I think it's a really cute, it kind of shows that it's a little bit of a just bubbly sitter. So I think that's good. And also, so 5 reviews, they're not verified. And so her prices are $17, which I think is great starting out. And yeah, so those are just a few of my thoughts on a few of just searching on Rover, just looking at accounts and telling you my thoughts on them from my experience as a Rover sitter. And if you haven't taken a look at the other 2 episodes of this series, go ahead and check those out. And thank you so much. I will see you in the next one.